Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join today's workshop series. Today's focus will be on Survey Plugins, one of our platform's features that is used to enhance the performance and the outcomes of our Power Ups and Power Pack series. Some of you may already be familiar with surveys such as the Likert Scale or NPS surveys, but you may not know that we offer them right here on our platform. So in today's agenda, we'll go over introductions. Lisa, our Chief Experience and Design Officer, will explore the different options and outcomes of our survey plugins. Tim, our VP of Product, will share some details and updates regarding the StartupOS Score. And as always, we'll conclude with some live Q&A. So my name is Gabrielle. I am the Customer Success Leader here at StartupOS. I'm here to help you and your startup move towards success by keeping you informed on all that we have to offer. So I'm here to keep you in the loop on future events just like this one and next week's workshop on TAM, SAM, SUM. And we are here to help guide you through not only the StartupOS platform, but through your own personal StartupOS journey. So now I'm going to turn over to Lisa to introduce herself and to dive into today's topic.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Lisa Hoover, and I am here to help drive a user-first world. I am the Chief Experience and Design Officer here at SOS and really excited to explore customer experience and design with you. We will focus on the importance of surveys through the StartupOS platform to help drive success in your startup. So first, I want to thank you. I just want to thank you for joining us, and I'm very, very excited to share some great experience around not just customer experience, but human-centered design and the importance of using surveys to understand your customers and how to use those metrics to drive improvements within your startup. So first, I'm also want to say that I'm very excited to dive into our platform today to go over the different types of surveys that we offer and even demo our Likert Survey plugin with you. So I've mentioned customer experience. For those of you who are unfamiliar, it's an entire ecosystem of how customers interact with your agency and your brand, whether it be through your products, your services, your processes, your employees, or your solutions. Human-centered design is an approach. So there are varying methodologies and techniques such as interviews, workshops, and again, surveys that are used to collect user data and sentiments to develop measurable metrics. They're also extremely useful surveys when you're creating varying types of CX artifacts. So how does this all tie in together? When you use human-centered design to create CX artifacts, you can really begin to understand your market, your user behavior, and how they are impacted by your products and services. You can also use metrics to drive iterative improvement over the course of time. CX artifacts, which include your customer personas, your empathy maps, your journey maps, service blueprints, and so on, help build your agency's ecosystem and brand. It also gives you a really nice high-level and detailed overview of where you might be experiencing gaps, pain points, and challenges, and also how to drive an ideal future state for your startup agency. So through this, you can begin to understand what you need to focus on, how to make significant improvements to reduce risk, increase those KPIs, and drive future goals and improvements. So now, as promised, let's go to our platform and check out our survey plugins. There are many, and I'm going to now steal the screen from you, Gabrielle, if that's okay.
Go for it.
All right. So let's go straight away here. All right, everyone. If you've been inside of our platform, you can see that it is navigable over here on the left and also at the top. When you want to go into the plugins that I mentioned, you would go to your workspace just to start. Everyone will land here when they first log into the application. So I'm going to go to plugins, as mentioned. Scroll to the bottom. Okay, you're going to see that we have a whole host of different types of surveys that we offer to you on the platform. One is Product Market Fit Survey. It's a plugin that provides a framework for helping you define, measure, and systematically increase your product market fit. I'm going to skip over Likert for just 1 second. Category Awareness Survey. It's a specialized form of market research survey that measures how consumers feel about a product category. Very, very important as we are walking through this to really understand how it's going to affect your agency, your startup agency. And then down here, we have Net Promoter Score Survey. Now, this is an industry-wide known survey. And why? Because you want to measure your customers' loyalty. You also want to understand who the detractors are and why. But the focus for today is actually going to be our Likert Scale Survey. It's a specialized form of survey, as you can read, that helps capture sentiment in a normalized fashion. The Likert Scale is commonly used to measure sentiment, attitudes. The reason why I love Likert, it's extremely malleable. So whether it's that you want to understand how people are, ingesting your brand and reacting to it, or how they are liking or not liking your product, if there are defined areas of focus that you want to hit, you can use Likert to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start. When you get into the tool, when you get into this plugin, you have this about section that really does describe to you what Likert is about. Very important that you read through it. It can give you more detailed information about it. You can also go in and preview your survey, which I'm going to do right now. So if I open up the survey, you can see a series of questions. You can also leave a chat over here on the right. You can leave a comment if you have questions. Okay, as we move down, the website app has a user-friendly interface. Likert is actually it's a way to scale, but it's also a way to scale from lowest to highest degree. It can be difficulty, it can be by liking something or disliking something, but always know that Likert goes on the scale from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. And that is how you can always determine that it is Likert. The website app is easy to navigate. You can just simply click on the different selections that you want, obviously. Here I will say has a friendly user interface. I strongly agree. Easy to navigate. I strongly agree. It has a pleasing color scheme. I strongly agree. It was easy to purchase items from the website app. We are bringing gamification into the fold soon, but for now, we do not offer this and actually for my own startup, Design Creatives, let's just say it's a fake startup, it's a notional startup, but let's say I am offering products. I can say strongly agree and be done. Now you can begin your own survey or you can preview your survey again. The next thing that you can really do, if you want to manage participants for your Likert Scale survey, we offer that service for you here. So what is the name of the URL for your website app? Let's just say designcreatives.com. And then if I wanted to send an email, it's as simple as adding an email address. So then if it was, Tom Smith at designcreatives.com, you could go ahead and do that. And it will show you here that you have now added that individual to this listing. You can also delete the individual if you like, and then you can click on this send button to send them that email. Why is it important? Because you can add all the way up to 50. That is a great number, and I'll show you why in the analysis section of the application. So when you do enter all of those different email addresses, your entire startup team or individuals out in the market, your friends, your family, when they get this survey, they can respond. You can get a whole collection of sentiment and user data, and we do the analysis for you right here. So I'm going to flip over and show you what the analysis part looks like. So in the same exact tab section, you can click on Analyze Results. Your analysis will break down how many people have actually entered their comments or have selected on that Likert scale how they feel. So we have agree, neither agree or disagree, strongly agree. And we see that 5 people have agreed, okay? 2 neither agree nor disagree, and 3 strongly agree. So this is very, very important to keep note of all of the different metrics that are being thrown back to you. All right, now over here, I want to give you a quick look into how you can actually retain the data and even manipulate your data over time. So by that, I mean, if you get the data into one downloadable format, you can take it and then you can start to, and I'm just going to go ahead and open it for you. You can start to take the data and reformulate it, filter it, do what you need to do with your data to understand it better so that you can make improvements in your startup. So over here, as you can see, these are the individuals that I invited. 1 second. Okay, actually, it didn't list out the individuals, my apologies, but it does give you all the, oh, it did, I'm sorry. It gives you the individual names at the top, and then you actually get their sentiments. You can do it with anonymity if that is the type of Likert you want to serve up, but in this case scenario, we did want to get very, very distinct feedback from individuals. So that concludes my portion of this webinar. And I'm going to hand it over now to the VP of Products, Tim, my wonderful colleague, and he's going to talk to you about how surveys will impact your score. So I'm going to stop sharing. If Gabrielle, you want to take back the screen.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. So, as we previously mentioned in our last webinar, we've got new functionality coming for our founders around visibility to their startup score. And the startup score is something we're very excited about, as it provides a directional indicator for founders like yourself as you progress in, advancing your business, your startup, through use of the platform, such as completion of your account profile, your startup's profile, respective to what you're looking to bring to market, completion of power-ups, as we previously discussed, the persona builder, as well as a wealth of others that are out there to help you hone in on your ideas and progress your startups forward. And then your completion of the plugin, just like we touched on here today. All of these things factor into calculation of this startup score. And the startup score is great because it also serves as a benchmark to understand, as it relates to others like you that are progressing with their startup business, where are you ranking in regards to that peer group? And so completion of these power-ups, completion of these plugins like the Likert Scale Survey, all factor into the scores calculation. And this information, soon to be delivered to you, will be available within the founder dashboard. So you're able to dig into that score and understand the drivers behind the score that's been calculated and the indicators that are supporting that overall score's direction. So we're very excited about our StartupOS score. We encourage you to go in, use the platform, complete these power-ups, complete these plugins to help drive your startup forward. And based off of your use on the platform, this information is used by investors to look for investment opportunities in startups like yourself.
Thank you so much, Tin, for that explanation. Awesome. So before we go into Q&A, we'd love to get your feedback on today's topic of surveys. So we're sending out a few questions through our poll feature now. And while we're waiting, as always, if you have any more feedback or thoughts on this webinar or on any topic, you can always chat us in the platform or send us an email at success@startupos.com. There'll be a whole slide with this information at the end. Lisa, you must have done an excellent job. No one has any questions on surveys.
I have questions. Bring it all.
Well, then coming up next, we have the TAM SAM Sum webinar next Friday, same time. And we hope to see you there. And I'll leave our contact information up for anyone that is interested or wants to get in contact with us or has some feedback. We're always open to any feedback you may have. This is our email address, success@startupos.com. Or as always, you can message us in the app. Thank you again for joining today's webinar.